In this video we're going to look at selecting a layer, and this is not used that often, but I use it a lot and there's some really interesting things that you can do with it. So to start off with, I'm going to open a new file, just a blank file. I'm going to just rotate that image, rotate 190, and I'm going to create a new layer. When you select a layer or the object which is on a layer, what you do is you hold down the Control key and you put the cursor over the layer picture, and then you click, and that actually selects the layer. Now in this case we don't have anything on it, so it's not going to select anything. So let's put something on there, and I want to demonstrate how useful this sort of selection is. So I'm going to go to the brush, and what I've chosen is from the dry media brushes, I've chosen this 29, and I'm going to make the brush size bigger by clicking the right hand square bracket a number of times so we've got it quite big. For my colour I'm going to choose black, so I'm going to go to the default, and what I'm just going to do is just spray a bit on this page. Now how would you normally select that? Well, you've got the magic wand. If you try and do a selection, it's quite square, it doesn't really choose it very well. So let's press Control D. Now let's try the layer selection. So if I hold down the Control or Command on the Mac and I click on the layer, you'll see it does a selection of the exact shape, and if I go Control J, which makes a copy of the layer, you'll see it's made, if I switch the layer off below, it's made an exact copy, and that's what's quite valuable about using the sort of what I call the layer selection, the Control and click the layer picture. So now I want to show you what we can do with that. I'm going to delete this top layer, switch on. I'm going to fill this with a pattern. So to select it, Control or Command and click the layer, and I'm going to go Edit, Fill Selection, and I'm going to choose a pattern. Under Use you need to have Pattern, and this is the pattern I'm going to choose. To deselect that, Control D, and you'll see that it's been quite clever. It's put the pattern in, but where it's been sort of fuzzy on the edges, it's remained fuzzy. So let's do another layer, and let's do a little bit more of that. But I'm going to do it quite sort of sporadic. There we go. Now I'm going to do a layer selection, Control or Command, click the layer, and I'm going to go Edit, Fill Selection with that pattern. And I'm going to change the colour of that selection. So I go to Enhance, Adjust Colour, Adjust Hue and Saturation. What are we going to change that to? Oh, blue is quite pretty. Control D or Command D to deselect. Now let's do one more layer. Again, I'm going to put just a bit of that fuzzy over there, a bit over there, maybe fill in on the side. Okay, let's switch these off so you can see. So that's what I've done. So Control or Command, click it, Edit, Fill Selection, the pattern. Again, going to change the colour, Enhance, Adjust Colour, Adjust Hue and Saturation. Go for the green. Now I can switch on the other layers. Press Control D. And there you've got quite an amazing pattern. And I don't know of any other selection method you could do to achieve that. Let's fill in the rest of the background. So I'm going to click the background, let's choose a colour, go to the eyedropper, and I'm going to choose this sort of a maroon. Going to go to the bucket. We're going to fill the background layer. So, yes, I do want to turn it on because it's not visible. And there we have an interesting pattern which we wouldn't have had if we couldn't do that selection. Let me show you one other example. So let's go File, New, Blank File. And I'm going to load a brush here that I made previously. Load brushes. I'm going to load a butterfly. And let's choose this butterfly. Make that a little bit bigger. A bit too big. Create a new layer. So that's our butterfly. So let's select it. And I go Control Command Select Layer. I'm going to edit, fill selection, and I'm going to do the same pattern. Press Escape. Isn't that beautiful? So these are all the sorts of things you can do with the Control Command Select the Layer. And remember, if you've just got even a black shape on it and you want to be able to select that shape, if you've got some transparency, it's a very easy way of selecting a shape.